The most powerful energy anyone can generate is prayer energy. The devil smiles when we make plans. He laughs when we get too busy, but trembles when we pray. Whatever is worth worrying about, is certainly worth praying about. God is never more than a prayer away from you. When you feel swept off your feet, get back to your knees and pray. Common people do not pray, they only beg. So pray, don't beg. When we pray, we link ourselves with God's inexhaustible power and insights. Wishing will never be a substitute for prayer. Remember that prayers can't be answered until they are prayed. When we pray, we must simultaneously position ourselves to be willing to take the actions that God requires as answers to our prayer, because prayer is not monologue but dialogue. The prayers a person lives on his feet are no less important than those he says on his knees. Practical prayer is harder on the sole of your shoes than on the knees of your trousers. The highest purpose of faith or prayer is not to change our circumstances but to change us. Pray to do the will of God in every situation. Nothing else is worth praying for, except the will of God to be done. Prayer may not change all things for us, but it sure changes us for all things. Prayer is the stop that keeps you going. If God is your Father, please call home. Prayer time is never a wasted time. The best prayers often have more groans than words. When we take one step towards God, He will take more steps towards us than we could ever count. Prayer alone proves that you trust God. Do deep praying before you find yourself in a deep hole. Prayer can't be answered until they are prayed. Nothing significant happens until we fervently pray. Pray until you pray. The great tragedy of life is not unanswered prayers, but unoffered prayer. True prayer always receives what it asks for or something much better. God's answers are wiser than your answer. Pray with your eyes towards God, not towards your problems. Frequent kneeling or standing will keep you in good standing with God. We must move from asking God to take care of the things that are breaking our hearts, to praying about the things that are breaking His heart. You cannot be prayerful and not be thankful to God. It's in thanking God that your tank will remain full, tankful. When we pray for victory, God will give us a strategy. Prayer is not conquering God's reluctance but taking hold of God's willingness. Prayer is not a gadget we use when nothing else works. Begin to realize more and more that prayer is the most important thing you do. You can use your time to no better advantage than to pray whenever you have an opportunity to do so, either alone or with others, while at work, or while at rest. Anywhere. Prayer is our most formidable weapon, the thing which makes all else we do efficient.